one-on-one. It is my birthday month, and of course I keep on asking myself what my producers are going to give me, Hafiz or Sherry, and of course Tyson. If I don't have cake, I am going to undress in this studio. So you people better be ready for that. But it's yet another beautiful session this morning, and of course we're talking about the youth, but also 2025, 2026 is the year that we're going to elect. January 15th will be the day that we will be electing our president. I don't know what your agenda is, but this is the thing. The ballot paper is going to be right in front of you. Let's elect the leaders that are going to take us to another level. Not to just elect any leader just because you feel like, you know, I'm electing because of a color, I'm electing because of a symbol. No. These are the same leaders that you'll be crying about when they're in parliament, when they're stepping on top of the tables in parliament. Would you want your parliament to have that kind of a leader? And also the youth will also be elected in the same month. So this is between you and your ballot paper, and it's always a secret one. So what you tick is what takes you to the next future. But anyway, welcome to One-on-One. This morning I'm delighted and honored to have Sandra once again with me in studio. A very beautiful lady with a beautiful smile. She's with me in studio again, and of course we're going to talk about the youth. And of course we want to see, I want her to explain to me, to tell me if the NRM has done, you know, good things for the youth out there. Allow me to let her introduce herself once again, and of course we will start up the show this very morning. Sandra, yes, you're please. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
Is that your hair, everything?
Yes, please.
Okay, it's well. Someone watching us would want to know your beautiful name this morning.
My name is Rolin Sandra Asekeny, a media analyst from the Office of the National Chairman, NRM. I'm a lawyer, and of course, I'm a proud Muzukuru. Yeah.
So you were counsel.
Yeah.
So we address you as counsel. So now I can go and steal someone's money, because I know my counsel here is going to help me out, right?
Yeah, with time. Yeah.
With time. No, counsel, you have disappointed me. Now, without a waste of time, let's start up the show this morning. Let's talk about, is the NRM agenda redress to the challenges of the youth people? We've seen the youth out there. When I talk about that, I will ask you about the job creation through skills and innovations. Do you think the NRM has done a lot for the youth when it comes to job creations through skills and innovation?
Thank you so much for the question. First of all, I would like to thank whoever is watching this show. Thank you so much. People have a lot to do, but by the time they're here watching, it means a lot. And I would like to thank the presidential candidate, my presidential candidate, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And I would encourage the people of Bududa. Today he's with you guys. Hope you come in large numbers to hear out his views. And I would like to also extend my grateful thanks to the Chief Umuzukuru, that is Hajat Namia. Yesterday she was in Mbale with her team.
Oh, really?
They really did a great work. Yeah, we are grateful as the youth. We appreciate. Back to the question, the NRM agenda. Yes, it is a redress to the challenges of the youth. When we look at the different, we have the political side of it, the economic side of it. We have the NRM has in its manifesto, my president candidate's manifesto, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, His Excellency, in his manifesto, it outlines the different things they have done for the youth, or they are going to do for the youth. One of it, we have what we call the presidential zonal hubs. Okay, these are providing skills to the youth. Those skills, these are skills that are aligning with the job markets. And then in looking more at the skills, we have they're formalizing what we call the artisan. I don't know if people, but the artisan, these are people like the carpentry people, carpentry workshop, people working in garage, the mechanics. They're studying, and then later on they are getting certificates, okay, to align with the job markets. Then we have they have different, in terms of growing the economy and creating wealth for the youth, there are different projects, the wealth creation initiatives. We have the PDM. If you look at the manifesto, it outlines that the PDM was awarded 4.4 trillion. It's for the Ugandans, not only for the youth, but every citizen of Uganda. You have a right to subscribe to it, so as to start up something, okay? We understand that people go to university, they study, they get their degrees, but then while you have not yet achieved like that, I could say that job, that for that degree that qualifies you with your degree, you can start up something, like a little something that is not in line with your degree. You can start up something, and by that you can just subscribe to the PDM. Sorry. And then we have the Emyoga. We have what we call the Youth Livelihood Fund. Yeah, it's also there for the youth. We have the Uganda Women Entrepreneurship League. Exactly. There's so many.
But you see these youth out there still stand up and say that, no, we don't think that they have created enough jobs for us. Yes, we've seen the skilling and the hubs are there, but some youth do not engage themselves in this. Who do you think has a problem? Is it the youth or the youth leaders that do not, tell these youth what to do?
I would say both, because honestly speaking, the skills the schools are there. We have schools, the presidential schools, where they go and do tailoring, different skills, but it will go back to the ministries that are responsible in regards to that. I believe every ministry has what you call the public relations office, and I believe that office is meant to create awareness.
Well, some youth say when they enter into those offices, they're not allowed to see the PROs, or perhaps even the PROs don't give them attention. They're like, no, I'm out, I'm rushing, I'm going out for a meeting. No, we don't have time. That's what they keep on saying.
For that, I do understand, because I believe they're victims. I don't believe that their victims are there.
Okay.
Yeah, but we are hearing the challenges, and the government is willing to work upon those challenges that they are facing.
Okay, we're still talking about the same, and I would want us to talk about. Let's look into. You've just talked about the job creation and the skills. Yeah. Let's look at the youth empowerment. My question is, as you can see on our TV screens, I don't know, my producer has really let me down. I was seeing something whereby a youth is carrying, I think, a table that he had, made to His Excellency. Recently we had another one. I don't know that my producers can get the footage for us. We had the youth who had made shoes, handmade shoes, and they were giving them to His Excellency the President. Let's talk about the youth empowerment. Do you think the youth have been empowered to do what they should have done? Because some youth say they have not been empowered. Okay. And for them, they even do not know what empowerment is to them. What do you have to talk about that?
Just to talk about youth empowerment simply means giving the young people skills, resources, opportunities. That is the youth empowerment. When you look at the NRM His Excellency Kaguta Museveni's manifesto,
yes,
yeah, of 2026 to 2031, it really reveals the youth empowerment in terms of skills, resources, and then opportunities. In terms of opportunities, we have the political opportunities, where now the youth are mentored into political affairs.
Well, Sandra, when you say about council, I would address you as council. When you say about the youth have been put into do you think the youth, to my saying, do you think the youth have really been empowered that much when it comes to in terms of standing as leaders?
let me start with that question and with a personal basis. Is that it all goes back to a person. If your passion is in leadership, you will look for all those doors that lead you to the leadership, and those doors, I'm honestly speaking, they're open, because I am a victim. I looked for that door, and then that door was open for me. So I believe if anyone wants to, that doors are open for them. So in regards to empowerment, in terms of political, the mentors are there, but you have to have the right mentors. Yes, you have to have the right mentors.
But they said they can't get to these mentors. Perhaps let's say that Hajat, the main Muzikud, is my mentor, and I would love to see her. It will take me about, let's say, 10 months or a year for me to meet her. And you know, they keep on complaining.
That's not right, honestly speaking.
That's not true?
That's not true. Because honestly speaking, that's not true, because you can't take 10 years to meet her. It starts with you. You get up, you have to get out of your comfort zone. You go look. These are people who have national duties. They're not going to be seated waiting for us to go to them. You just have to get up. Go to, if you know the office, go to her office. Hajat is one person, she'll open for you that door. And she will
some people
hear
say
out
it's
to
very
you.
hard for you to see them, because by the time you reach there, either their parents have a problem, they tell you, no, this person is busy, or their secretaries will tell you, no. So, you know, like they feel like they have not gotten that youth empowerment from their leaders.
I believe consistency is key. When you're consistent, if you want something and you're consistent about it, you achieve it.
All right. Well, with me this morning, I will honestly call her Council, and I'm with Council Sandra this morning, and we're talking about the NRM agenda, the challenges to the young people. And we've talked about empowerment, we've talked about youth creation, and of course, through skilling and innovations. And Sandra has said that the president started up hubs, and these hubs are there for these young people to go to and, you know, find a skilling for themselves, and which I believe I would concur with Sandra and say that is very true. The hubs have been created, and the opportunities are there. You do not pay any single penny when you're going to, you know, start up, when you're going to go and register yourself in these hubs. And also, Sandra has talked about youth empowerment, and it's like, yes, the youth have been empowered, not only through leadership, but through PDM, Emioga. This money has been given to the youth. Sandra, let's talk about, I would want to ask you about the limited access to opportunities. Well, some youth say that some of them have very good degrees. Some of them have first upper degrees, first upper class, but they've not yet given an opportunity to, you know, to access different offices. Perhaps you need to be Gambanog, you know, to access an office, even though you have a very good first upper class. What do you have to say about that, if we talk about the limited access?
Okay, in terms of limited access, I will quote His Excellency Yoweri Kabuta's speech. While he was addressing during the, I think that was the delegate, no, it was the presidential nominations in Lubowa at the Electoral Commission, he did say that he talked about the 4 sectors, okay, for livelihood, prosperity of Uganda. The first one he talked about, that was commercialized agriculture and accountability. He did talk about manufacturing and then artisan. The third one was services, and in services, and then the last one was ICT. So in services, he talked about the government services, and he says that nowadays everyone wants to be admitted into the government. Okay, everyone is
because maybe they think that that's where the opportunity is for them.
Opportunities are everywhere, and he says the government cannot admit everyone. That is true. The government cannot come out and admit everyone, but then we have different sectors where they can be admitted. For example, the manufacturing sector, it now has 1.2 million people that are working in factories, companies, you get. So I believe we shouldn't look at the government as the only place for opportunities. That's why people come, okay, it's not that's why, but I believe that's why people come out and say there are limited opportunities, because they are centered to the government only.
For them, their minds is, you know, running around to just be into government.
Yes.
All right, a quick one, if I could have my producers, Hafiz, to give us a little bit, a clip of His Excellency, his president, when he's talking about the youth empowerment, basically the ones of the skilling hubs and innovations, and also the footage that was running for the youth that, you know, had gone to meet His Excellency. I don't know whether my producer could quickly give us a very small clip and a voicing of His Excellency.
Now, apoyo matek.
Kana challenges samoti yakede pian balai ime samoti mono oli kede bending machines it is a challenge to us samoti atamo balabe.
Very good. So I've understood. Now you don't go away. I will take a picture with you with Mama. After we finish, you stay near here. Now.
Thank you so much, President.
Apoyo. Now, go down. Okay, go down. But don't go far. Stay with your products nearby. Now, you have seen, let me show you what these children are making here.
Berkonga nyute ubobogi amidwe moga pati etimo. Onenu ni gwena moti etimo.
You have had these children had all dropped out of school because of school fees.
Mami winyi ni duyako chungokan iwacho chadenbe gina wudi isoma ochierene giyo pien lime sente.
But when I trained them just for 6 months,
donadi angamiyogi winyo me isoma pi duete kanya pekene kene.
They have become different people.
Nand kuogi olokere.
They are producing products.
Nando nenu berigi amidwego tietimo.
Some of which we have been importing from China, from
Dubai, China,
from Italy,
Italy,
shoes,
amukai,
furniture,
gibedo,
hospital beds.
So
that's why I'm appealing to NRM supporters. All of you support my vision of free education for children in government schools. So that, because this school fees is killing children like these ones.
School fees isoma meidwewa bala okidwegi wacho kede.
This is NECO.
Isoma midwe.
Representative for the Eastern region.
Let's start with this one. Come. No. I'll find out there. No, you come first.
Your Excellency, allow me to request you to also receive our converts. The converts were over 100 of them. May I invite all the converts to come and be received by His Excellency the President. We have converts from FDC. We have converts from...
Oyo, jolo kere, ipati za papat piduogo, ipati me NRM, igo. Ikwanyo do jame apat, leme FDC, me UPC, me NUP, iduogo do joining NRM, me weka uperende kiel. Adwong, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President wa Tegamogi.
NRM oye!
All right. Well, my eyes have been caught when they're on the screen, and I was enjoying what these young people are doing. Sandra, we've just seen some footage of these young people making different liquid soap, making clothes, making wigs, and what do you have to say about that? Because it really took my attention. And also maybe you could talk about those ones that, you know, decided to leave the other parties to join the ruling party, which is NRM.
Like has everyone seen, those are some of the innovation hubs that His Excellency has put in place. There are more. That is just some of it, but there are more. Like I said, these skills are here to help the people of Uganda, the youth of Uganda, and anyone. So I encourage all youth to subscribe to them.
Okay.
And these hubs, you don't need formal education to access them. Like what I mean is that you don't need O-level transcripts to access them, no. Because the certificate you get after you acquire the skill is equivalent to an O-level certificate. Yes.
How about payments? Some people say, no, for us, when we go, they're going to tell us to give, we pay some little money. No. But when the president was very clear that these hubs are free of charge.
Yeah, these hubs are free of charge. You don't need to pay money. You don't need to pay. Yeah, they're free of charge for every youth. You just have to go with the specific qualifications. When you reach the office, and then they explain to you what are the qualifications for you to have such skill, to engage yourself in such a school, or you get. So those are some of the things you're supposed to present. Yeah, I believe they do not charge any money.
Okay, let's talk about the ones that changed from the other parties and joined, the ruling party. What do you have to say about that?
The ones, pardon?
The ones that joined from different parties, let's say from FDC, from NUP, from PPF, from DP, and they joined the ruling party, which is NRM, the youth. What do you have to say about that?
First of all, I would like to thank them for making the right choice. And I believe they're being mentored very well, just the way I'm being mentored. And I believe they're going to achieve a lot. Yes.
Let's talk about the education sector.
Yes,
and probably lastly talk about the sports, or we can combine the two. Yeah. What do you think about the education sector?
I believe the education sector has improved so much. Before, we did not have the UPE schools, we did not have the universal secondary schools, okay? But we see that is, I think, in 2007, we have the universal secondary schools
yes.
coming in. We have the UPE school, the primary schools coming in. And we see that children are supposed to go to those schools free of charge. But then due to circumstances, of let's say utilities, there's some utilities, for example electricity and water, these schools were given permission to just a little bit of the money, like to ask something small, but then the government or the NRM has been able to, like, the challenges that they've been given, like reported to, the challenges where some of the head teachers in these schools are hiking the prices and they're charging more than that. So when you look at His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta's manifesto, they're looking, it's a promise to the Ugandans and the citizens of Ugandans, the youth, the children of Ugandans, that they're going to work on that, is that they're going to put what we call a standardized fee for such utilities. Yeah. So I believe there's access to quality education in Uganda. We have seen the new curriculum coming up.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. What do you think about the new curriculum that has just come up?
Yeah, I believe it's a great curriculum. Yeah, because it's widening the mentality, the mind of the students. Like, they're having projects. I have a brother of mine, he's in Form 3. He's at Our Lady of Africa. But recently he called my mom and he's like, we're supposed to have 5 bottles, like the mineral bottles, and then for projects. So it's opening up their minds. I believe it's good.
Meaning they're not so much relying on the work,
the theory,
like the theory, like how we used to be, and then at the end you do not know anything about project work.
Yeah, they are really, it's open now. They're having
broad.
Practical. Yeah, because those days we do not have practical. We used not to have practicals. We only had practicals in the labs. But now they're having projects okay, and the projects are assessed.
Actually, when you talk about that, I have a 5-year-old. Recently, they sent us, they sent her home to do projects, and guess what was the project? A zoo. We make a zoo, and then we put there different animals. Oh my God, I've never been stressed in my life like that day where we had to mold the and she said we're not buying from the supermarket. We're going to mold. So I think that when you talk about that, I think I concur with you.
Yeah, it opens their minds. Like when you're doing a project and then you're like, I really love this, you gain the love more. And you talked about sports.
Yes, I wanted to talk about the sports whereby we have the entrepreneurship league that goes on, that whereby people play football with different teams. Let's say right here for us in UBC, there's a time we had a match with the upper prisoners in Ruzira prison, and then we also had a league with the I think people from Kachiri, the ones that do Unzima water. So I don't know, maybe you can talk more about the sports.
When you look at His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta's manifesto, he has a page where he talks about investing in young talents. He's so passionate about investing in young talents. And when you look at a good example of his achievement in investing in young talent is the Hoima Stadium. Yeah, it has been finished. Like they've been constructing it, but it's now done. It's waiting. They're just waiting for His Excellency to open it. And then when you look at there's the ongoing construction of the, is it, I think, Lira Stadium?
Stadium, yes.
Yes, please. And then the renovation of the National Stadium, phase 1.
Yes, even the one of Bokedia was finished.
Yeah, actually, they're going for the second phase. Yeah. So you really see that achievements have been done in regards to talent, sports, yeah.
Okay, and probably let's talk about music as we do wind up this show.
Yes,
I could see my producers are showing me time. Let's talk about the music. What do you think about the music industry? Have the youth been developed through the music industry, as His Excellency has been always saying he's promoting musicians and he wants to promote young people through talent, which is music, as you can see on our screen. What do you have to talk about it as we wind up?
Okay, talking about the musician, I'm not a musician personally, I could say that. But when you look at, we now have a presidential advisor on creatives, that is Eddie Kenzo. He's a presidential advisor on creatives. So they've been provided that opportunity too. And then when you look at, there's money that is given to them too, as the musicians, artists, yeah, there is money in terms of that Operation Wealth Creation initiatives. Yeah, there is money that is given to them. And then when you look at the creatives, the ministry is now there, like, yeah, we could say. So I do, there is, if you look at in the manifesto of His Excellency, under his promises to the Ugandans in terms of talents, the copyright, yeah, he's strengthening laws, copyright laws, whereby Ugandan Ugandan people who are coming up, and then their songs shouldn't be sold out anyhow like that. They should have what we call compensation. So I believe that's an achievement.
Okay, and all right, what could be your last words to the youth out there as we get into the elections 2026 next year as we are voting?
Is that we need a peaceful Uganda, and we are so blessed that His Excellency Yoweri Museveni has provided us with a peaceful Uganda. It has stability in it. So I believe we should also be peaceful, and I believe the government has not had what we call, has not achieved everything, and there are challenges where it's facing, but let's address the challenges more peaceful, not in a violent way. If you have a problem, because like I said in my last show, like the youth are supposed to be listened to, not silenced, and we can only be listened to if we come peaceful. So I evoke that we should come peaceful, and then in terms of character, we the youth should change our characters. Some doors open to us, but then they're going to be maintained because of how because of our character and how we treat others. Yeah. So
all right. Thank you so much, Council,
You're welcome,
for
Sheila.
coming through. I hope I'll have you again, and then we keep on, sensitizing the youth about the NRM, challenges to the young people out there and the good things that it has done. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being part of this lovely show, all the way from the hour of 9 a.m. up to this hour. We do this again next week, same time, and of course, the ballot paper will just be right in front of you. You have a right to tick who you think is good for you, but also my concern to the people, or what I will tell the people, is vote the person you feel is going to take you to another level, not just voting anyhowly. Have yourself a very lovely day. Fresh and Clean is coming up, and I hope Fresh and Clean has a cake for the birthday people, which are the November people, and if they don't, my friend, we're going to undress. And of course, DJ Sham is already here and he's getting ready. So if you want to know about the latest songs, make sure to catch up Fresh and Clean right here on U24. Have yourselves a very, very lovely morning.